Hello friends, welcome to day 5 of your yoga journey. Today's class is focused around balance and finding stability. So balance is more than just standing up on one foot. It's about connecting to the earth beneath you and really finding your center. So we'll be going through some fun poses today. I invite you to find a wall. If you're new to some of these poses like tree, it just helps you find your stability and give you a little more confidence in exploring these poses. Remember that this is a practice. This isn't perfect. We're here for the journey. That is a big old wasp right there. Sorry. Okay. So where were we? We were talking about balance, embrace the wobbles, trust the process, have a wall beside you. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So we'll meet standing. Find a nice tall posture and mountain pose. Taking a nice deep breath to get settled in. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Going through a couple of these at your own pace. And then here, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open the chest, engaging the glutes, engaging the core. And then exhale, take it forward as we round the spine for some standing cat-cow. So feeling that cat motion here, drawing the shoulder blades apart. And inhale to open the chest, find cow. Exhale for cat, going at your own pace, finding a couple more rounds, warming up the spine. And then we'll inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold, hinging at the hips, keeping the back straight. And then letting the top of the body, the weight of the head just hang heavy here. You can grab opposite elbows, or you can use your fingertips and walk them to one side, keeping the knees equally bent. And then walking them to the other side, or rocking the elbows to the other side. Whichever variation feels better for you today in your lower back. And then meeting back in center, inhale to halfway lift. Hands on the shins, hands on the thighs. As we keep that spine nice and long and straight, like we have a coffee mug back here, we gotta keep standing. Don't want to spill it or knock it over. Exhale, fold. And we'll go through a few rounds of that. So inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And then we'll inhale and root to rise. Rise all the way up slowly. Feeling one vertebrae rise at a time. Crown of the head, last to rise. And we'll take the feet out a little bit wider and gently rock side to side, arms out wide. You can allow your foot to come up onto the toes if that feels good. Warming up the spine. And then we'll take the toes closer in, hip width apart, in mountain pose. And then play with just coming up onto the toes, sending the weight forward, and then sending it back towards the heels the other direction. So noticing all those little micro stabilizer muscles working to keep you up and keep your hands out. It might help you with your balance.
And how far can you go without needing to catch yourself? Just really seeing our range of motion here, playing with the balance. All right, and then we'll meet at the front of our mat and we'll find tree pose. So here we'll allow our weight to shift onto our left foot. We'll start with our left leg standing. So start to lift the heel up, really press through, have that micro bend in the knee, feeling the energy come up through the arch of the foot, spread through the toes. Our standing leg is really active here. We're not just crashing in on it, we're using it to draw energy up. And then here you can just meet your heel to your shin, and this could be your tree pose today. Or if you're feeling more of a challenge or you're feeling more balanced today, draw that knee up towards the chest, hugging it in. And then guide that heel to the upper inner edge of that left thigh. So you can place your foot here, or you can also place it here on the calf. Just careful not to place it on the knee, as we don't want to put too much pressure here on our joints. And you can also remember you can be here. This is also tree. So you want to feel that knee open out to the side, feel it stretch in the outer leg. As we meet in tree, our version, hands can be at heart center, they can be by our sides. Maybe that helps you find your balance. Also, you can really imagine that you're pressing the right foot into the left thigh and the thighs pushing back. So those opposing forces can really help you maintain your balance. Also, maybe finding a focal point, something to stare at, like a leaf or a dog or a little edge of paint on a wall chipping off. So finding your balance. When you're ready, inhale to take those arms overhead. Your tree is growing big and tall, spreading its branches. And then from here, we'll hug that knee back into the chest. If this is too much, you can also hover your foot off the mat here. Just want to try balancing on this foot as we send it back with control to warrior 3. So here our hips are square, we're not splaying open. Toes are pointed down, foot is flexed, and then your hands can be at heart center, or you can find them out by the side for airplane arms. Whatever helps you balance. Your core is engaged, imagining a long, straight spine, drawing a line from the crown of your head to the back of that heel, pressing that heel back, reaching the crown of the head forward. And with control, slowly bend into that left knee as you set that right foot back into high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. And here we're going to find a twist. So meet your palms at heart center. Take your right elbow to the outer edge of the left thigh and use it to press against it as you twist toward the left. Breathing deeply here. One more breath. Actively pressing into the back toes, into the front heel. Inhale, arms back up, finding your balance, moving slowly with control. And then exhale, meet your hands to the mat in front of your foot as you gently kick up. You open that hip. So here you can open up, face the toes to the wall beside you, to the right. As we find half moon, so here you can keep both fingertips of both hands on the mat, or your palms, or a block here is great to help bring it to you. Or you can also plant your left fingertips and reach up with your right. Feeling the shakes, feeling the wobbles, really pressing up and out of that left leg. And then we'll place both hands on the mat, step back into a downward dog. So pedaling here. Feel free to go into a child's pose here. Coming back to the breath. Pressing up and out of the shoulders. And then we'll begin to walk our toes slowly, tiptoe to meet the palms. We'll find ourselves in a forward fold. Sorry, Aunt. That way. Okay. And then inhale. Root to rise slowly. Crown of the head, last to rise. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Lift the heel of the left foot off the ground. And find your tree. So maybe you're here, or you hug that left knee in, actively pressing up and out of that standing leg. And guide your foot to your tree pose. Actively opening this hip, feeling the stretch in the outer hip. Finding our balance here for a few breaths. Sitting up nice and tall, tailbone is tucked, remembering our alignment. And then we'll hug that leg back in as we shift our weight forward and send that leg back to our airplane. So foot is flexed, hips are square. Don't want to lift this too much. And then find your warrior 3 variation. We're not collapsing in the chest, using our core, opening the chest. Using a lot of muscles here for this pose. Careful not to lock this right standing leg, keep a slight bend. And then with control, step it back into a high lunge. And from here, hands at heart center, left elbow to the right outer thigh as we twist open and face the right side. Taking a couple breaths here. And pressing out of that right foot as we lift back up. High lunge. Place the palms in front of us as we gently kick up. Find half moon on the other side. So I like to place my fingertips so on this side, on the right, slightly up and to the right. That's my little sweet spot to help me find balance, to lift the left arm up. I invite you to play around, find your own. Opening the hip, flexing the feet towards us. Feeling that fire and that standing foot, that standing leg. And then we'll place both palms down and send it back to down dog. And then down into a child's pose. So you can take your knees out wide or keep your knees together. And we will rest for a few breaths here. And then we're going to go into some stretches to cool down. So find a nice comfortable seat. Take those legs out long and wide as comfortable, however that feels for looks for you today. And we'll find a seated wide-legged fold. So keeping that spine nice and long. Coming down to the palms or maybe the forearms. Keeping those feet nice and active and flexed. And then we'll come up, bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Maybe give your arches some love. They've been working hard today. Give them a little foot massage. Sitting up nice and tall.
Maybe fold gently over the feet. And then find a comfortable seat, maybe crisscross. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind you. Taking one deep breath here. Inhale to lengthen and sit up tall. Exhale to twist deeper. Inhale, take that left arm up and over to the right knee, still holding on to the left. And then round the spine like you're in a seated cat. Feeling the shoulder blades draw apart. And then inhale, release that right hand, reach it behind you. For a nice seated twist on this side. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, take that right hand over your left this time to your left knee and round through the spine. Okay, let's sit up nice and tall, and then we'll come to take the legs out long, and we'll go one leg at a time for a fold. So take your left foot to the inner edge of your right thigh, sit up nice and tall, and fold over, reaching for the shin or the foot. Also a great opportunity to use a strap here. Just keep that spine nice and long as we reach the chest for the thigh. One more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, walk yourself up. Switch sides, right foot into the left. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. And exhale, fold over. And walk those fingertips back up. Find ourselves laying down. And then we'll find our reclined figure four. So take your left ankle over the right knee. Hug the right knee into the chest. Feel that nice stretch in the outer left hip and the left leg. I swear I hear the wasp, so I'm just going to close my eyes. We are here. We are safe. We are fine. Okay, then we'll switch sides. Taking the right ankle over the left knee. Reaching for the back of the left thigh as we pull it into the chest. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Okay, and then we'll take both legs up as we reach for the outer edges of the feet for happy baby. So here we're pulling the knees in towards the armpit, releasing that hip tension. Maybe we rock side to side. Nice massage in the back. And then send both legs out long. We'll meet in Shavasana. Hands laid out beside you. Palms facing up. Feet are relaxed. Noticing how we're feeling at the end of today's practice. Recognizing the thoughts and emotions that are starting to come to mind.
maybe things we need to do later or to-do lists. Let's try to recognize and acknowledge, but let it pass, be in the present, taking this time for ourselves, letting the breath come back to its natural pace. And then stay here for as long as you'd like. And if you're ready, begin to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, flutter those eyelids open. Inhale, reach those arms overhead. Point the toes, full body stretch like we're waking up in the morning. And then make your way up to a seat slowly, however that looks like for you. I'm gonna hug my knees into the chest and give myself a big hug.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for today's practice. Thank yourselves for taking this time out of your day for you. I hope you all feel a little relaxed and refreshed. And tomorrow we will be going into some more vinyasa style yoga, so learning more transitions, a little faster pace, moving with the breath. Yeah, we'll be going over Sun Salutation A, which is a very common warm up. You'll see in a lot of practices, and a fun warrior flow. So I will see you there, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.